What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching Ranger Wrap Up. Peace!
Welcome. It is Saturday. Welcome to the best and most entertaining YouTube Power Ranger live stream. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us.
And we appreciate. I'm not even on here right now, and we appreciate.
What do you mean you're not on here?
This is just the practice, right? When it really starts,
right?
Go ahead.
Oh, we're live.
That's the live scene. Come on, dude. What the hell, bro?
Welcome to the Ranger Wrap Up. We are live here every Saturday talking about Power Rangers. I am Joe with the Illuminerdi alongside Jezza Reyes.
Hello. And Daniel over there.
Battlestar Blackie, and of course, our man from over the pond, across the pond, over the pond. What is it? Which one? The man
Across the pond.
Across
The mon from across the pond.
Across the pond. The man, the myth, the legend. Mark Smith, a.k.a. Heirloom.
Freshly shaven Heirloom. How you doing this week, sir?
I'm not too bad. I traveled back in time when I didn't have my beard, and I have de-aged to the point of 21.
I love it. I love it.
Not bad. Not bad. Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. We have the people in the chat. Jezza, can you read off some of the chat?
We got Deoxy360 Heirloom. We got Koala, Moriba, 4-Day, Itchy, and then we got Luke Sales, who's just sending us all the love, and we love it.
Thank you guys so much. We do have that super chat feature. Please use it to help support the show. But we are going to be talking about Power Rangers today. Just give you a little rundown of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about the 95 movie. What if it was canon? That is going to be our big topic today. We are also going to be checking out a little clip with our good buddy Ryan Buetta from the Morphin Network. He spoke to the original Gold Rangers, the triplets.
Yeah, the triplets.
Oh, there you go. That's what you get.
There you go.
Now you got to hold that the whole episode, I guess.
Also, we got we're going to show you a little bit of a Lightning Collection interview that Joe did this week.
We're going to tease it a little bit. We'll dive into it more next week.
What are you doing?
Feels better.
But yeah. And also we got an announcement for a special announcement from our Sentai team, right, Mark? So we'll be playing that in a little bit.
Yeah. But let's kick it off. Guys, in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. Where is everybody streaming from? Always a question I'd love to know. I know a handful of you guys. I know Robert or Maya. I believe he's from Texas. I think Edward Sanchez is also from Texas.
Yep.
Mikey Perez, I believe, is also from Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, what? We got a Texas
connection, I believe.
Hey, man, don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas. Guys, how you doing this week?
WrestleMania's happening there.
How you guys doing this week? Daniel stepped over my lines, goddammit.
Sorry, man. I had to talk here.
How are you, Daniel? How's your week going?
Pretty good, actually. The week is going very well. Been getting out to workouts and stuff like that. Kind of feeling better about myself.
Yeah,
you know?
that's important.
You know,
Always
that's
important.
It's a big thing. What about you?
Doing good. I mean, I'm excited to shoot again in the studio. We just did. Who is that? I think that's Joe.
Nope. My phone's on. You're not disturbed,
Definitely not me.
We did the Spider-Man thing. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about that.
We could talk about the movie. We watched a movie. No, we didn't watch the movie.
We can talk about that experience. Anybody in the chat? Any of you guys excited for Spider-Man No Way Home?
Heirloom, are you excited?
I am. We get it early. We get it 2 days early.
Oh my God!
They do get it
You
early.
lucky
Oh, okay.
mofo.
They do get it 2 days early.
Congratulations on being better than us.
No problem. Thank you. I'll take this award. Thank you. Will I see it those 2 days early? I have no idea.
Oh, God.
You see, you have this opportunity and you don't take it. That's just
Yeah.
this is crazy.
It's I would venture to say it's probably the most anticipated movie of 2021. Correct or incorrect?
Correct, definitely.
Yep.
Well, before that, what was it for 2021? Was there anything as big?
Well, we had a few Marvel releases. Shang-Chi.
Okay.
We had Black Widow. We had the Eternals. I don't think any three
nothing.
of those.
Nothing
were-
compared to Spider-Man.
Right, and even if you're looking outside of the superhero genre, really, I guess Jungle Cruise was one of those movies. I mean, there's a handful of.
Oh no,
movies-
there was one big one. Snake Eyes. Everybody's looking forward to Snake Eyes.
Oh, well, boy.
There's a hand. Yeah, as I say, we were trying to be the official Power Ranger channel. He dives right into Hasbro. There goes our contract.
I did like it though. I did like it.
It's not a bad movie. I mean, I think the second act kind of suffers a little
Yeah.
bit, but whatever it may be. But in terms of anticipated movies, I don't think that there's been this kind of electricity surrounding another franchise as there is the Spider-Man.
Don't you wish that someday that this would be like the anticipation for like a Power Rangers movie?
Well, you know what? I was just gonna parlay that into this. I think with Spider-Man, the big lure of this is seeing these 3 generations of Spider-Men on screen together, similar to what we're gonna have with the Flash next year.
Ooh,
seeing
Michael
these different Batmans on screen together. But if Power Rangers, I feel, wanted to capitalize on that too. I mean, look, a lot of you fans already know this. How many of you guys would like to see a different Power Ranger teams on screen together, like doing an actual? I mean, I know we had it in
I would.
Super Mega Force or whatever it may be, but like having a really well-formed story that is told across a cinematic platform would be something brand new for Power Rangers, and I also think it's something that's quite needed for Power Rangers.
Will we get there? We don't know.
Will we get there? We don't know.
We'll see, and the question still remains, well, if it did happen, would the after effects be canon
I don't know.
for the show, or is it like, are we dealing with a
I
completely
mean,
different
that'd
timeline?
be a good like what could we talk about it today? It's like as far as like
Exactly.
because I mean initially the initial plan was to have a shared universe, right? With the show and the movie. So getting that to work is complicated. Even the MCU still has that issue, like trying to. I mean, they're just getting it right now with the Disney Plus stuff, but before like, Inhumans and Agents of Shield and Daredevil and all that.
Well, I mean, that's a lot harder of a task trying to juggle 3 films that come out a year than like 5 TV shows, right?
Yeah.
Power Rangers only has 1 comic book and 1 TV show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that like with that, it's a lot easier to weave that in. I do think there needs to be a different approach taken for the films, but I do think Power Rangers.
But is it 2
can get there.
teams though? Is it 2 teams?
You mean 2 creative teams? They need
No,
one.
I'm talking about like if you have a show and you have a movie. Is it 2 teams or is it the movie is going to be the team from the show?
I think you can have 2 different teams.
You
going
can
at
have
the
2
same
different
time.
teams.
Not only can you have 2 different teams going at the same time, they can tie together if you really wanted them to. I
Interesting.
think that's the one thing that Power Rangers.
The advantage.
Matter
of
of fact, I love that we're even talking about this because this plays perfectly in to our big subject today, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yep.
But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the Gold Ranger and Zeo. I want to talk about Zeo in general. Zeo is one of my favorite seasons. It's near and dear to my heart. That's where we got to see a lot of character building from some of these, I don't want to say original cast members, but definitely some of these MMPR carryovers. Just in the chat, I'm curious, who did you like who would you want to have seen as the Gold Ranger? Did you always want to see Jason in that role? Did you want to see the triplets kind of like, come back to that role and maybe do something else differently there? Or did you guys want to see actually Brad Hawkins, who voiced the role and has had his brush with Destiny on Power Rangers on more than one occasion? I'd love to know what you guys think in the chat. But Daniel, I'm going to start with you. In terms of the Gold Ranger, what did you like the most about that Zeo Gold Ranger character?
I love the whole idea of the Triforian. That how there's 3, there's one for truth and virtue or blah blah whatever like that. And I would
Trey
love
of wisdom, Trey of courage, and Trey of heart.
There you go. And I would love to see that because the thing is, they can't always think exactly the same. So the quote unquote internal struggle between the 3 would be great to see, and it kind of being a reason why they can't morph into the Gold Ranger because they don't see things the same way. I would love that.
One name I failed to mention too was Billy, because he was also a candidate to be the Gold Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Mark, Heirloom, back in Power Rangers Zeo, back in the olden days when we're talking Power Rangers, when we're talking Gold Ranger, this is really the first time that we had this kind of established Gold Ranger helping out the Rangers, but his identity wasn't revealed. When you went back and watched some stuff with the Gold Ranger, who did you want that Gold Ranger to be?
Oh, I really don't know. I think Billy was okay, but then I think I would have probably the Trey. I think he probably would have been the best one when you saw him, because that would have been interesting. But that's a hard question. I'm gonna go with Trey, but with his New York accent.
Oh wow! Okay,
Give him a little style. Give him a little style. Jezzer, with the Gold Ranger being such a look, I'll be honest with you, it's one of the coolest looking Power Ranger suits of all time.
Yeah,
the Zeo Gold Ranger is one of the coolest looking characters of all time. Are you kind of not concerned, but would you want to see that character revisited, because he never lost his powers, and if I remember correctly, we did see him in the fight to Countdown to Destruction.
That's right.
Do you think that there's still more story to tell with Trey of Triforia and the Gold Ranger powers?
Oh hell yeah! Like we didn't even get like any hints or any scenes with Triforia. So like I want to see how that world is, and like what they're like. Is everybody have three identities or whatever? Yeah. So yeah, that'd be really cool. That
would be really cool. Well, you know what? Ryan from the Morphin Network and a member of the Illuminerdi team, he got a chance to talk to the original triplets, the original Gold Ranger. Let's take a look.
Now, the Gold Ranger originally in Zeo had mystery, so a lot of people were trying to guess the identity. One was David Yost, his character Billy. One was David Frank, Jason David Frank's brother, rest in peace. And also, of course, even Jason Narby, who played Skull in the Power Ranger franchise. Now, my question for you guys is, was there ever a point, or was there ever plans for Trey to be the main Gold Ranger going forward?
Well, yeah, I mean, we had a development deal with Saban back in the day. It was 8 months. We spent 6 months in a dojo training and the whole bit, which I can share pictures with you to show you of that. And we were going to do 30 episodes for Zeo. Then we were going to do the Power Rangers Zeo movie where Tommy was going to have a love interest, Trey of Wisdom. And then we were going to do a spin-off series. And my brothers and I, back then, Power Rangers was so popular. After the 8 months of our development deal, we didn't understand how popular they were. We found out how popular they were 8 months later. So we were very nervous about doing all that because we didn't want to be typecast. So that's why we didn't do the 30 episodes. That's why we didn't do the movie, and it's why we didn't do the spin-off series. If you want to see a little bit about the movie, the advertising of it is on our Instagram. If you go on our Instagram, you'll see a picture of the advertisement of the movie. It was already in process and in cranking. Yeah, it's at Triplets to Filippo is our Instagram. So that's why we didn't do all that, because we didn't want to be typecast. We wanted to do comedy. They were super popular.
We were able to do all these other little things.
Yeah. And what's great is we're back now. Yeah, so if you want, the fans want us to explore more of our characters in Triforia, we're here. And with Hasbro came out with our toy. Thank you, Hasbro. We love you, Hasbro. Yes, we do. Yeah, come out with the Trey of Triforia characters: Heart, Wisdom, and Courage, all in like a 3-pack. All like the 3-pack would be fantastic. And then we'll also pop back on the show for you too, so we can explore these characters and explore Triforia, because the fans want it, we want it, and I'm sure with you guys probably want it too.
Wow.
Well, that was a lot. That was a lot to take in. So there was going to be a Gold Ranger spinoff, according to the triplets.
Right.
There was going to be a love interest for one of the Rangers as well, or one of the Treys.
Right.
Heirloom. What do you got to say about what we just saw right now?
I listened to bits of it, so I can't hear it through the call. If there was a spin-off of Zeo, I would have been all over that as a kid and all over it now, because he was my favorite Ranger, because he was just so cool. If they had love interest, I reckon it would have been Tanya, because you can't touch Kat and Tommy. So that would have been cool if you had him go after Kat and it was like a love triangle type thing. Perfect.
If you want to check out the full interview and where we explore that Zeo movie, check out theilluminerdi.com. It was written up as an article and explores more of what that movie would have looked like. I think it's really fascinating. But here's the thing that I kind of question. And Jezzer, we're going to go to you on this one. Do you think that it's a possibility that Saban may have said these to this young actors in order to get them to sign, even though that intention may not have fully have been there?
So you're saying that there wasn't a movie?
I'm saying that there wasn't a movie.
Yeah, 100%. I think that especially with the what happened with Twee, Walter, and Austin, the everybody wanted to renegotiate their contracts, right? Yeah. So in order to like pitch them and say, hey, you want to be a part of this big franchise? We're going to give you all this. We're going to give you all this, and then later down the line, it's not going to show up. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I guess there could have been a Zeo movie, but I guess it would have been. I guess that would may have been in the slot for Power Rangers or Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility, but I kind of doubt, or at least it's hard to see that there would have been just a Gold Ranger solo movie without really any of the other Rangers. I feel like, but who knows? Who knows what kind of plans were in place there. Daniel, there's a fascinating talk there about exploring Triforia, something you had brought up. Would you want to see Triforia explored and bringing the triplets back to Power Rangers in some way, shape, or form?
Yes, because the thing is with Triforia, just because we have wisdom, what is it?
Wisdom, courage, and heart.
Doesn't mean that every person on Triforia has those same 3 characteristics that are separated. Some of them may actually see those characteristics as being similar, and they may have 3 different characteristics. It may just be virtue, putting all those together, and then one of deceit or one of blah, blah, blah. And once again, I just want to see that kind of internal struggle because no person is perfect. So that means if there are 3 parts of a person, that means one of those parts is going to be foul. One of those parts is not going to be what we expect it to be. Now, and I would love to see that and figure out how there are villains in Triforia as well.
We also know that when the Treys kind of got to Earth, that's where they started coming apart and formed their 3 personalities. Mm-hmm. Do you think on Triforia, though, that they can kind of, for lack of a better term, do they think that they're one singular person or that they can jump out and become 3, almost like a multiple man effect? Mark, that one's for you.
I reckon so. I was just thinking like more of it could be like a Superman thing. So if it was like Superman, if they had their own sun,
red and blue,
yeah. So like if they came into Earth and split, like that would be kind of cool. Like if it was just Earth's sun that messed them up. I think would be cool. If you could have them split into 3, I think that you could probably do like if you all knew exactly what was going on, you could do like the whole thing. If you were fighting, like you could split into 3 to knock them down. But would they have to be morphed? Because I can't. He's not morphed when he hits the Earth, is he? He's literally just himself.
Yeah, I think he lands in the water. Is that right?
I don't think you can morph when you're like separated into 3 because it's like the important parts of you that need to be connected all in unison. So this way you can morph. That's what I've always thought.
Yeah, same here. Like it'd be cool if they were morphed and suddenly if they were going to split into 3, they demorph really quickly and then it's just like they're attacking the bad guy. I think that would be really kind of unique to see. So you don't normally see it that much.
Ooh, it would be a great scene where it's like, all right, they're morphed as one, they're fighting, then after that they realize they have to split into 3. So they literally split into 3, they demorph, go around just fighting like pa 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 pa, then morph right back, and then just go out again. Like it would be a dope scene to see them jump in, jump out, jump in. It would be like, whoa, this is so cool.
Chester, what do we got going on in the chat?
What are they talking about? Everybody is super surprised about the Zeo movie, but like we said, that it could have just been like a pitch thing. So I mean, and a lot of people they get promised a lot of things and nothing really comes of it. Marcelino Vasquez says, off topic, but are any of you fans of the YouTube channel Death Battle? If so, what are some Power Rangers, Super Sentai, or Kamen Rider Death Battle matchups would you like to see in the future? What's Death Battle?
Okay, Death Battle is where they say pretty much what if for Superman versus Goku or blah blah
so
blah.
So superhero beatdown and stuff like that.
Kind of, yeah, but it's written a little bit better because people pay attention to exactly what the powers are.
Is it visually? Do you see it or?
Usually it's like stills or clips from things you've seen before animated, and they kind of put it together. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Well, do you guys have any matchups for that Death Battle thing?
I was thinking. I was thinking of I would say Sentai versus Ranger, and mine would be I would have the Phantom Ranger versus what is what was on the one with the Qlet? They had what was the villain that was the brother of someone? Scorpion's
Scorpions?
brother, right?
Stinger's brother.
Why that
Stinger's
matchup?
brother.
Yeah.
Because he was a really good fighter. And I would love to see him go against someone who isn't really that good of a fighter, but more like a Cable. Because that's how I kind of see the Phantom Ranger. He's quicker with weapons than he is with actual combat. So seeing him versus someone who is really quick with combat, but is kind of visceral in the way they'll do it, it would be a great match.
I'd love to see the O Rangers against the Zeo Rangers. Which one had better power? Because I think that those were both two different kind of motifs, and they were presented differently for both audiences.
I think I would want to see Korag versus Void Knight.
Ooh, nice.
You know, I mean, they both got the sword and shield thing, so it's just
That'd
like,
be a good one.
I like
Those are
that. I like
also
that.
two pretty cool Power Rangers.
How about you, Mark?
So, I would like to see Marvelous versus Tommy,
I
but
knew
Tommy in his prime.
I thought you were going to say Marvelous versus
Wow.
Troy.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Just off subject for a second. I know that Jason David Frank Tommy is like the Power Ranger,
He's
like
the
Mr. Power
Ranger.
But do you see that? Do you see that changing anytime soon for that being another character?
No,
No.
I don't
I
think
don't.
so.
I
No,
don't think so either. So you think Tommy will go down in history as like the Power Rangers version of Superman?
See, that's the
Yeah.
thing. There has to be a moment where it does change because, the character Tommy is only as old as Jason David Frank. There'll be a time where he's not going to want to be on screen.
here's the thing.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
with that, we have to see it pass down to somebody.
Well, I don't know. We've seen. I mean, there could be other versions of Tommy though.
Yeah.
Just we've seen. Look, George Reeve ain't playing Superman right now. You know what I mean?
But are we going to get a reboot?
Well, we already did once. It was called the 2017 movie. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
happened
once
already.
again, that wasn't canon.
Yeah.
It's not what's going to continue on after. It's just we saw.
Well,
it once.
we also have other Rangers that are canon in the Boom Studios comics. So I mean, there
So
are
are you
characters that
are you
have just-
asking as an actor, or as the character?
I mean, as an actual character. If you look at the franchise of Power Rangers, is there any character that can supersede?
Not yet.
Tommy, not yet. No.
no.
I think they tried to do it with Jason and the Beast Morphers thing, but the fact that they didn't establish a decent storyline for him kind of superseded like what they're trying
Pretty
to do.
much.
Yeah.
In the Super Sentai, Mark, would you say that Captain Marvelous is the end all be all of like, because that's not the case, right? Isn't it like the original Red Ranger that they always kind of
Geki?
hold in reverence? Not Geki, the OG.
Oh, go. I know. Go. Yeah.
Is it
Not
Aqua
Go
Red?
Red, 'cause that's thingy.
Or whatever.
Yeah. No, because the Sentai is very, very different because they don't focus on one season. So where Power Rangers had like MMPR for like 3 years, like Super Sentai move on. So it wouldn't be like, everyone loves them for like that 40 odd episodes. And then they just kind of not forget about them. They just go, here's on to the next one. So when it was like Go Busters, no one went, oh, I really, really want to bring back Go Kaija. So when they move on completely, it's like they embrace it. I think for the 2017 film, they asked a load of Japanese audiences and said, what did you think about this? And they went, why are they so fixated on dinosaurs? Why are they so fixated on this one team? We left it back like 10, 20 years ago. So I feel like when Sentai moves on, the audience moves on with it, and they don't kind of focus on stuff like how most of the Power Ranger fans focus on Tommy quite a lot.
Interesting. Well, look, I know that Mark has a Super Sentai show here at the Illuminerdi, and Bryn has something to say about it. Bryn, take it away.
Yo my dudes, Henshin and Mark here as always, but here we're gonna not really do a show, instead we've got an announcement to make. So, as you may be aware, we haven't really been on for a while, but that's because things are beginning to change, and that also means that we're no longer going to be on YouTube. Instead we're actually moving to Facebook. So, as you can probably tell, this is already a lot different than what you're used to, because obviously YouTube is one thing but Facebook is another, so all live streams are going to be moving there. We're also going to be moving there alongside our sibling show, which is Retro Sentai wrap up. But another thing that's going to be changing. Mark, would you like to tell them the news?
We're changing our name. Changing the name. That's what we're going to do. Jurin, what are we doing? Changing the name. Hang on, sorry, he has to speak. We're changing the name. We're not the Sentai Roundup. We're Henshin Hangout. Thank you, Jurin. You're very useful on that one. Thank you. Yes, we are changing the name.
Yes, the name is changing. Both us and Retro Sentai Wrap Up are changing our names. So we're no longer be that anymore. We're going to be Henshin Hangout and Retro Henshin Hangout. So keep an eye out for logos because that will come soon. In the meantime, you will be able to watch us the same time, Wednesday, 7 p.m. UK time, or maybe 11 a.m. if you're in, say, Los Angeles, so Pacific time. Yep.
America.
Until then, we hope to see you again soon, where we'll talk loads more Super Sentai, whether it be Zenkaija, or even the 46 Sentai that was revealed, Don Brothers. So.
Yes, damn those Don Brothers. I'm hoping it's some sort of gangster-related one. Yeah, see you bad guys can't defeat us Don Brothers, hey? See?
Well, we'll talk about all of that during the next show. So, until then, guys, we'll hope to see you there, and we'll put a link in the description. Till then, guys, see ya!
Bye!
Power Rangers Cosmic Protectors News is where you can find that Facebook page.
That's right.
If you want daily Power Ranger content, join like-minded fans. Join like-minded fans on that page. It has over 230,000 followers.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It has a reach of like 6 million. So
and there, Power Rangers down. Power Rangers down.
Power Rangers
Look
down.
at that, see?
Oh my God! Jesus Christ.
Hey, Mark, how close are you and Brent to each other as far as like location?
I actually don't know where he lives. He's never really kind of talked about it.
Oh, shit.
So I can ask him and then be like, "Hey, where are you from?"
Just from like his voice and his accent, does it seem like you guys are from different regions?
I would say maybe a little. I've never really kind of focused in on his accent before.
Are either of you more Welsh? Is that a thing? Is that I don't know. I've heard that phrase. I don't even know what. I mean,
it sounds like the both of you have like proper British accents. Like it's not like you don't have that kind of like Cockney kind of thing, and then you don't sound like you're from.
What is that?
This is getting a little racist.
This is completely nationalist, like all the way right now.
No.
Hey, come on, you know, Dino, you're fired.
I hope somebody cuts that clip out and uses that as So that's going to be a thing. But anyway, Henshin Hangout is going to be coming back. It's going to be starting this week on Facebook. Go and join them. It's an amazing show, and if you're a Super Sentai fan, that's where you can get your fix every Wednesday. Also,
cool, blimey.
If you also if you like Power Ranger and Super Sentai and just Tokusatsu content in general, again, check out Power Rangers Cosmic Protector News on Facebook. It has a lot of like-minded fans just like you. We're going to start running giveaways there. There's going to be a lot more new content coming that way, so join us. And also, I want to extend an invitation to somebody in the chat to join our team.
Ooh.
Who?
His name is Deoxy.
Deoxy, are you there? Ash, are you there?
If you want to join the Illuminerdi team, come and join us. It's an open invitation.
Right?
Open invitation.
I love his videos. I love his videos. His videos are great. And you know what's great is because Mark and his videos kind of come out the same time in the morning. So like while I'm working, I'll listen to them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hey, so I do have a question for you, Mark, since you guys are doing the Super Sentai show. Between Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Zyuranger, there was a lot of differences, obviously. But which one do you think told their version of the story better? Obviously, Zyuranger had roughly 1 season to do it, whereas Mighty Morphin Power Rangers had 3 seasons to do it. Ooh, but which story did you feel was stronger overall?
Ooh.
See, I've never watched Zyuranger.
Pulling the curtain back there a little bit.
Huh?
That'd be Bryce and his cousin.
That's one really for Bryce and his
cousin, yeah. I think.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna go with Zyuranger.
I mean, because they didn't have to adapt the They didn't have to like make a new story.
See, for me, I did go back and watch Ranger. I actually like Mighty Morphin more.
You think so?
I do. I know that people really.
You think it was more streamlined?
I think that people really enjoyed the Barai story, which I get for the Jew Ranger because it's a deeper story than probably. It gets a little bit more fleshed out than you get with Tommy, but the thing is, I think if you look at the overall kind of storyline of the show, I think Mighty Morphin did a pretty good job of. I think it did a pretty good job of telling that story coherently in the course of those 3 years. But look, if you start getting towards like season 3 and season 2, or really season 3 of Mighty Morphin, man, take your goddamn COVID test. Did you get it?
Hey, I
Jesus Christ.
I cleared up now right now.
My goodness gracious.
Booster. And the Moderna amount is
that third season of Mighty Morphin starts doing this thing where they give you a lot of multi-layered episodes, multi-part episodes. And you can kind of tell because that's when they was kind of shooting in Australia. And then there's a lot going on. I think that maybe that might have been like
during that
season,
did it seem like when did Kimberly leave? Like
Kimberly left at the beginning of season 3.
At the beginning of season 3, so they're
a different shade of pink.
And I felt like they were phasing her out like early on.
Well, I don't think it was so much phasing her out as it felt she wanted to leave and said, "Hey, this is when I'm leaving." And they tried to make the transition
because she wasn't in that Mask Rider crossover.
Well, yeah, right.
She was already gone.
She was in it, but she wasn't with the team.
Yeah,
you can tell that they shot second unit somewhere else. But you can kind of tell that like they had the problem with the original 3 leaving. And I think with Amy Jo, Saban, and the producers maybe tried to approach it a better way, where you could tell Amy wanted to leave the show, and they were trying to give her a gracious exit.
Well, and it kind of worked out a little bit only because the footage that they're using was from Kaku Ranger, I think, where there was 5 Rangers and there wasn't a pink Ranger. So, especially with the Shogun Megazord, they retroactively changed the white one pink in the toy, but in the show it was white.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
the
crane.
Yeah, the crane.
Jezzer, what do we got going on in the chat?
What do we got going on in the chat? They said Donnie Pearson says, "I've watched Zoo Ranger. I'm continuing what I began the Die Ranger binge watch on Tubi. That's a cool thing." Deoxy says, "I accept the invitation."
You're in.
Huzzah!
Wait, hold on. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Go ahead.
Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it here. You heard it right now live. Deoxy is now Illuminerdi.
One more for the good guys.
Good guys.
Huzzah!
Moriba says, "Welcome." What else we got?
Moriba, another member of the Illuminerdi. How you go?
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about this for a second because I know that we're just talking about Power Rangers and who did Mighty Morphin or Mighty Morphin compared to Zoo Ranger. I do want to talk about because we were talking a little bit about the season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yep.
Something else happened that's interesting in season 3 of Power Rangers. We got a movie. So there was the '95 movie that came out.
Right.
And this movie was like the first big blockbuster Power Ranger movie at the time that came out. They were putting budget behind it. They shot this in Australia. There's a ton of backstory about this movie.
Oh, boy.
Not only were they shooting this movie simultaneously as they were shooting the show, the script was also changing as they were shooting the movie.
I got some. Did you guys know that, when they changed over to...
Mariska Hargitay?
No.
Oh, boy.
Aisha, Adam, and Rocky? Mm-hmm. When they hired them, they told them already that they're going to be making a movie.
Correct.
So they...
What?
Yeah, so they're going into it like, it kind of contradicts what we were saying with the Gold Ranger stuff, but they're going into it as like, we're making a movie. We're going to, you're going to shoot a few episodes here and we're going to freaking Australia. Like, it was just like, imagine that. Your first time on the job, 3 of them, like, they're probably like, unknowns, and they're like, we're going to be in a Hollywood movie. Like, right?
Yeah.
It's like everything's handed to you on a freaking platter. Yeah, so I guess the movie.
I'm going to think about that.
I guess the movie was in talks while Austin, Tweet, and Walter were still there.
That's true. And if you actually look at, I think a reason how they got Austin back was telling him that he was going to be in the sequel. So if you actually look at the timeline, he came back for Zeo, and then I'm sure Zeo has also one of the most bizarre endings to me because
there was no ending.
There was no ending. Like it literally just, and this is I'm so happy we're talking about this because this ties right into what we're doing. With the second movie, Turbo Power Rangers movie, and I don't got to tell all you guys this because all you guys watching this already know this, but that second movie is continuity.
Yep,
with the show.
Canon.
However, that first movie, Jesus Christ, that first movie
come on.
is not. That first movie is not continuity. So I am curious that you have to assume with Austin, somebody like Austin St. John, they said, you know what, if we're going to bring you back, you're also going to be in the second movie.
Okay.
And then the way to get Amy Jo Johnson back to reprise her role was giving her a part in the second movie, which she had. This was also, the second movie was also the introduction of Blake Foster, iconically, iconically played Justin the Blue Ranger.
Iconically.
And also was an ass kicker in real life because
Damn, that was crazy.
Kind of true though, right?
The man's a beast.
I mean, regardless of what you think about the dude, he apologized for what he apologized for.
Wow.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Credit to that guy because he's making some damn good changes. Now, back to this original 95 movie. Things were being shot. I mean, they were shooting this at the same time as the television show. There was different storylines that were cut out. Hell, there was even things that didn't make the movie that ended up making it into the TV show. So, let's take a look back, a walk through the park of this Power Rangers movie.
Walk down memory lane.
Now, we do know iconically that Mariska Hargitay was originally cast as Dulcia. Another actress ended up getting that role and ended up playing that role. We got Mordant the Pig, which nobody ever really realizes. Like, I don't even know who Mordant was. He was literally just created for this movie. We also got some
Best
cool
character
effects.
ever. Best character.
Some cool effects in this movie was like Lord Zed's brain was like move in that mask, which I am so excited for a lot of you customizers out there to get that Lord Zed helmet and see if we can get some of that customization going.
Hey, we were so close to getting that helmet too over the week, during the week.
Oh, because Brandon Davis?
Oh,
yeah. Dang it. That would have been so
Brandon Davis,
Brandon.
you owe me that helmet. Just to let you know.
You owe me that helmet. We'll just be wearing the helmet all the time. Like, we'll have Daniel wear the Red Ranger helmet.
Yeah, right.
I should just call him and FaceTime him right now. I'm like, Brandon, where's my helmet? We're live right now.
Do it.
Send it now. Send it now.
So we do have that, but there's a lot of things to kind of flesh out. Now, the challenge this week was to figure out what if this 95 movie was canon. And again, in the chat, if you guys have your own theories on what would have happened, we would love to hear it. Please use that super chat feature. It helps support the show. So,
who wants to go first?
Let's talk about this. Daniel said that he had a pretty good plan for this.
Daniel, go!
I believe his plan involved death.
Yep, it always does.
And by the way,
it always does.
He is definitely not standing toward. He's not doing the standards and practices of like. He's not getting this approved by anybody at Saban, by the way.
No one. Literally, Hasbro's like, oh, we can skip this part. They're already gone. They've already passed on to Joe or whoever's next.
Well, I mean, it'll be interesting because we can get a vote to see, like, all right, what would have happened. So, Daniel, hit us with your pitch.
Well, the 95 movie was very important. We all know that. There was a lot of things that happened. Once again, my favorite character made its premiere right there in the movie. He's a what is he? He's a what with a monocle?
Oh, yeah, he's a pig with a monocle. Like, he literally had a pig and a monocle. I don't know what that pitch was. Like, it's just like, you know what? We got a new monster for you, Zed. It's a pig with a monocle.
And they were just genius.
And I like how I just pitched that to Lord Zed. Like, Lord Zed's really a person, by the way.
Great, perfect. Get him in makeup. It would be perfect. But no, what I'm thinking is the film itself was in some ways a little bit darker. Once again, like, we had Zed's brain actually pulsating, things like that. The way it was shot was a lot different from what we're accustomed to when it comes to Power Rangers. I'm thinking that if it was canon, it would have changed the show. It would have been able to bring some of those techniques, those ideas, those themes into the show and let it continue from there. Think about us continuing with What If for Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
Now, lay out your plan, though. Lay out your plan.
Damn it.
I say we continue.
You need a cough drop? Do we need to get Josh
Yeah,
a
man,
cough drop?
seriously. I say we continue. And with Ooze actually, still alive. I mean, there were parts of him around. Something can come together. But I think we would continue having Ooze come back to Earth.
All right, so is your Ivan Ooze played by the same actor? I'm assuming, or are you getting a different actor?
Yes. I'm trying to do everything.
Freeman?
And pull
What's
everything.
Paul Freeman?
Yes. I'm trying to bring everything in.
Okay.
So I want him there.
Oh, wow. Jezra has the Ooze. Is this? Oh, it's just.
It's car detailing.
Yeah.
But pretty much, I think this is what they use, right?
I mean, it's probably right. Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Kids are using car detailing for their Ivan Ooze. That's what they used on set. I don't know. But so imagine Ooze coming back and being even more dangerous than before. Because now he has an understanding of skill sets, power levels, and everything for everyone. Being such a problem that essentially Rita's father has to come. So he shows up, I think, earlier than what he has before, right? And we'd have that issue. Ultimately, still to show how dangerous Ooze is now, Ranger has to die.
Oh, what the heck?
A Ranger has to die to show that to show us that he's that much.
It seems like the moon base is getting super crowded with your story.
Exactly. This is the thing. That's the thing. So it's like all this stuff is happening until ultimately Zordon has to do something that's different from ever before. And this is where I'm just going into writing a comic and not really the show. But he sends the Rangers to where the evil is.
Can I back up for a second?
Yes, sir.
Which Ranger dies? Are you kind of?
I got it.
All right, go ahead.
So which Ranger dies? I need my yellow to die.
Oh,
so I can change.
shit!
So I can change.
Oh shit!
So
what
I can
the heck?
change.
So Aisha's biting it.
Yes,
but you got.
She just got there.
But you also got to keep in mind, Daniel. You got to keep in mind because at this season 2, Kimberly's leaving the show.
Yes.
So you're replacing both female actors.
Oh my god!
Now that's where you get to play with this because the thing is, who we would originally assign as our new Pink Ranger, she'll be there, but they're actually going to do a little bit of a switch where she shows up, and because of everything that's happening, she ends up being a Yellow Ranger.
Wait, who?
And whoever, Cat comes back. Cat comes in, and she's introduced and turned into our Yellow Ranger, who just passed. Then our Pink Ranger leaves.
And then who replaces the Pink Ranger?
Who was originally supposed to be
Tanya?
the person exactly for our Yellow, now becomes our Pink.
But then time
so
out.
now I get a black Pink Ranger.
How are you getting us to Zeo? Or do we go to Zeo in your pitch?
From where I'm going, I'm not even concerned about Zeo right now.
Well, you got.
I'm concerned.
How are you
with,
recycling your footage?
Well, because I'm shit. That's true. Excuse my language. Ship is what I said. Dang, I forgot about that part. Because I just started rewriting, and I was like, I'm writing my own.
Well, you are, but I mean, we got to get us to the next. We got to get to the next thing.
Okay, well, maybe we're going a little bit longer because it's canon now. I mean, this whole what if, and if it's canon, it was that good of a film that carried over that people were like, shoot, I want it to keep going.
So let's hit your plot points real quick. Let's hit your plot points real quick. Ivan Ooze comes back to the show. He kills off the Yellow Ranger.
Well, he
almost threw up there for a second. He almost threw up on that one.
Didn't.
I saw a little vomit come out and it came right back in. Go ahead.
This guy over here, he's talking.
Oh yeah. You one of the Gold Rangers.
I was like,
God, holy crap!
This is what happens when you get a second booster shot. Go ahead.
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that, man. That's not no. The views of Joseph are not necessarily the views of the Illuminerdi.
Don't worry, I'll be getting my booster.
Well, I was like, I got mine, and I'm a healthy person.
Who's next?
That's your pitch?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. I just wanted to go up to that point and be like, all right, this is where I shaked up, and this is what actually I got out of it.
All right, fair enough.
This is
now,
what's changed.
in the chat, we want you guys to rank that out of 5. We give each person a little bit of 5. You want to go next? Or you want me to go next?
So
or you want Mark to go next?
I gave it with no resolution.
By the way,
I want them to figure it out.
I'm just gonna let you guys know this right now. I'm gonna make this up as I go along. But do you have one? I have an idea though now.
Mark, you want to go first?
Okay, mine's a little bit long-winded, but we'll go with it.
I just wanted to give a little bit of a clear up for what happened with the Rangers and why the Yellow Ranger ends up dying there on the moon.
Right.
It's because there's like a civil war that's happening on the moon where Ivan Ooze versus
it seems like there's a lot going on and then transitioning back to Zeo.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, like what the I feel like you're gonna get like major blue balls as far as like and then Zeo happens. Like, oh,
no, man, no.
Wait, why don't I go next? Because I feel like I don't have a plan.
The thing is, I think after we're figuring out that there's like a little bit of a civil war happening on the moon, we go back to Earth, and Zordon's like, well, because of the fallout of what's happening there, it's affecting everywhere. So Zordon's like, I have to take precautions or take measures I've never taken before.
So Ninjor does not exist in your...
No, Ninjor isn't here. So Zordon has to go ahead and send the Rangers to the moon, like a strike force. And they show up, and that's the moment where Zed and Rita, like they're like this kind of unspoken pact that we
That's
have
a
about.
lot to dissect,
no,
man.
well, I told you I'm doing more of a comic than an actual show, and they do the unthinkable, which is they actually have to kill a ranger. So
Right,
they end up doing that. But I would say for the show, it's not kill a ranger. They somehow figure out how to destroy their.
Take their powers
So
away.
Kendrick's really.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, so I'll go next because I know, Mark, I'm sure you have like a well thought out plan. Jezreel's been thinking about this all week long, so I'm just going to make it up. So here's what I would do. I would have the movie play out the way that it did. Ivan Ooze is gone. But at this point now, you have to have... I would have changed one thing about the movie, though. I would have had... Look, Caitlin was talking trash to us about interrupting them and how loud they were.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if you guys can actually hear it. In fact, if you can hear it, tell us in the chat. I will literally, right now, step out of the room and tell her to shut up.
I heard it all the way over here in England,
Oh
so
my
it's just that loud.
All the way in England.
vibrating through these gosh darn walls. So here's what I would do.
Our man
The
across the
one
pool.
change that I would have made is Zed is the one that has to defeat Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze? Okay.
Zed has to be.
So
the
you're
one.
changing the movie.
Just changing that one aspect because Zed. I would have the end of the movie would have had the Rangers on the ropes, but Zed's the one that saves them. Because that way you leave it open ended, and that movie would have been like, what's the next stage of what we're getting to next? Like,
Okay.
what is the next? What's just setting up next? Season 3, you got to make Zed a complete badass. What I mean is,
Not pussy whoop no more.
Here's what.
No,
here's
man, no,
the
he's running
reason.
it.
Here's what you do with Zed. Is in season 3, if you've noticed, they started recycling suits. They started recycling monsters. Recycling footage. No, Zed is your person you fight every single week. Zed is the one, and he's the one that's like, what? Almost like a Thanos, where it's like, what? I'm just gonna have to do this myself.
So Zed from Dino Fury right now.
Well, I haven't seen. I'm not caught up.
Yo,
on Fury,
man,
but
Joe, I can't believe you.
Zed needs to assert himself, and he needs to whip all of these monsters in shape. But here's the thing:
So,
if you wanted to bring Ivan Ooze back into you would bring him into episode 1 of season 3, and that way you would have Zed obviously defeat him visually, but also get the help from Rita's brother, because that way you bring Rito in. And this is where you also bring the Tango Warriors in, because that way they all get some shine. Ivan Ooze is gone; he's out of the picture. But now you have this army, and Rito, you make him a little bit more serious.
Still using you're still using the footage.
You make him a straight up general, where it's like, no, I am this. This is what Rita did. I am Rito. I am your general, and I am being sent by my father to come and help you. And Zed's like, you know what? I accept it. But here's the thing: you got to build Zed up to being this ultimate badass guy. The Rangers will fight Rito for a lot of the season, the Tango Warriors. But that ultimate fight needs to be Lord Zed. Because here's the reason why. Because when the Machine Empire does come, it's going to become more effective when they have to fight Zed. Because here's another thing, too, going into Zeo. What you want to do, too, is when the Machine Empire does come, that Zed has to turn to the Rangers, and the Rangers have to turn to Zed, and they have to work together. The reason you do this, and it's not unprecedented, because if you look, season 1 of X-Men the Animated Series, the X-Men team up with Magneto, and that's a consistent through line all the way through. Yeah. You have to have it where Zed and Tommy are like doing these things together where neither one trust each other, but they're going in there for like a cause. And then you can even get it to the point where you give a little backstory on Zed, where he's like, there is this Zeo crystal, and this is why do you think this is the way I am? And you start letting his kind of personality seep through. Start letting these vulnerable moments seep through. And that way Tommy starts relating to him a little more. And he's kind of like, I think I understand this like warrior guy. Like I kind of get it. And in an ironic twist of fate, Tommy almost sees his future in Lord Zed if things were to go down this darker path. And what could have been. Essentially, we got that with Draken. But what happens here is that when you start seeing the quote-unquote humanity of Zed seep through, that's when Zed turns on Tommy too. And that way it's always a constant thing of you can't trust Zed, but you need Zed if you're going to beat the Machine Empire. Ooh. And here's the thing though, to make it even deeper, you can bring Ninjor in, because if I'm not mistaken, they had something called the Shogun Zords. How did they get those Shogun Zords? With Ninjor. So you can still have Ninjor come in, and you can still have them have a Zord power up. You can bring all of them in. Hell, another thing I would do too is have Delcia be the one that introduces them to Ninjor to get those new powers. You start tying it all together. Another thing, you would still write out Kimberly, and here's the thing, though. I wouldn't have her... I mean, you can have her go to the Pan Global Games, because at the end of the day, you do want Kimberly to have a happy ending. But the reason she goes is because it's the stress. Like, if you start showing a little bit of the cracks of how Zed's affecting the Rangers, he's not just affecting them anymore on the battlefield. He's affecting them in their personal lives. And she realizes, I can never live out my dream if I'm doing this. And her heart's not fully into it. And when her heart's not fully into it, that's when she gets severely injured and loses her powers. That then gives us a reason to get a new Pink Ranger to come into the fold. At this point forward, I also would have done something a little bit different with Billy. At this point forward now, I would have Billy, because I would have Billy and Tommy a little bit at odds by trusting Lord Zed, whereas Billy would not want to do it because he's seen what Lord Zed and what evil can cause. And Tommy is kind of right in the middle, being like, we have to do this. And Billy's afraid that if Tommy goes and works with Zed, that he can be turned again. And Billy is the only member of that team that knows how dangerous Tommy can be if he turns evil one more time. So you would be teetering this line, but building up Tommy and Billy's tension along the way. This way, when the Zeo Crystal thing does happen, it's not going to be just as easy for Billy to be like, oh, I'm going to give up my powers. It's going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, hold on, because if I'm not here to regulate...
If I'm not here to be on this team, then what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And at that point, you have it be almost a struggle of like, okay, because you can really play here with the man in the chair. War. Well, you can play here with the man in the chair. No, because at the end of the day, you don't want to fracture them yet. You don't want to fracture any of the Rangers yet, because that's something you build up towards way later on down the line. But anyway, you need Zed to become this ultimate badass, because that sets up the Machine Empire. And when the Machine Empire, the truth is, Machine Empire, I wouldn't have them just be dominant. The reason why they would defeat the Rangers and Lord Zed is because they weren't working together. And they know that that's the threat. That's why the two of them would have to team up. And also, that's why Zed would go on this search for the Zeo Crystal with Tommy specifically.
Okay, yeah.
Because Zed is the only one at this point in my canon who has handled the Zeo Crystal. That's the reason why he lost all his skin. Now, if you do this, when they get to the Zeo Crystal, that's when Zed tries to pull a fast one on Tommy, and that's where it becomes a heist. Which one is going to get the Zeo Crystal faster? And eventually the Rangers do get it, but you'd have to play that tension, being like, okay, is this going to enhance? Because remember, we had Dark Rangers. Maybe Zed is trying to get this Zeo Crystal to bring back these Dark Rangers. Then maybe Tommy's getting it for the power-up, and he knows that these Mighty Morphin powers are depleting. So there's two things I wouldn't do. I would have introduced the Alien Rangers for help, for sure. The Kaku Rangers I would have put in there. I wouldn't have reverted the Rangers back to kids, though. That's one thing I wouldn't have done in that transition. But essentially, that is the overall plot of what I would have done with the movie, or continuing the movie to make it canon.
Well, I think because I think Mark has a like a detailed one. Mine's just pretty quick. So there's only one thing that I would change, because you changed a little bit in the movie. What is that?
I know, it sounds like a wind or something, right?
Yeah. Is that outside? Anyways, I'd only change the fact that in the movie, when you get first introduced and they first morph and fight the ooze patrollers or whatever, they're still in their traditional spandex suits.
Okay.
And then when they get the ninja power, they get the
I forgot to mention the metallic armor would have essentially been the movie suits.
Yeah. So the movie suits carry on until Zeo. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. And then which means no Ninjor, no Rito, no Rito, no Lord Vile.
Master Vile,
Master Vile. So Ooze stays. He's back on Earth after the explosion, and he takes place of that Vile position, and he's the one that's pushing them. He's the one that keeps pushing them, and then where they lead into Zeo. He's like, there'll be two villains that they're going against: Lord Zed and their team, and Ooze. So then you get the putties and you get the Tengu Warriors. And I know you're a big Ninjor fan. But no Ninjor.
Look at that, we got a super chat.
Oh,
we do. We got a super chat. Oh my god. It goes, come on. We'll see it.
Somebody type another thing. Someone
type so I can see it.
say oh cool. Just literally say oh cool.
Wait. Oh, we got a ranking on mine too.
They gave
Did we get a ranking on yours?
Yeah. So they gave you pretty much 5 and a 9 out of 5? Come on, Koala.
You know what I mean.
And then for Daniels, it's 5, and 3 out of 5 for yours. So yeah, okay. Here you go.
Joe got off.
Larry Newbell says for life. So that's the only thing that changed in mind. So they'll keep those suits leading up to Zeo. Because it really like the only thing that they changed in the movie was that coin on the.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
That's
though.
true.
I do have a question about this because I always thought about this. If they did go with those movie suits for the show, do you think when they reverted to Zeo and they're back to the spandex, it would have been a little bit of a letdown though?
Yep.
A little bit.
Unless you play it into the power where it's like, no, this isn't spandex. It's whatever they said.
Yeah.
It's nanotechnology.
Okay.
Whatever. Oh my God!
How about you, Mark?
All right, Mark. Here we go. This might be the main event.
Here you go.
Hey, I opened up the event and I did pretty well. Joe comes through and just smashes what I did. Jethro was like, you know what? Short and sweet, but yet you love everything about it.
Because I really enjoyed the movie.
Exactly.
I really enjoyed the movie.
I did too, honestly.
This sounds like a really
for
good card.
For the time, the movie was good.
That's what I said. I said bring those themes into the. I'm saying I loved it, but now here we are. Finally, with the man who weaves stories that makes things happen. Heirloom, Mark Smith.
So
give it to us.
So no pressure. Okay, cool. Right. So I would throw back to season 1, where they halfway through season 1, Zordon and Alpha mentioned that they can sense like evil running through the city, but they can't find it. And then that's it. Like nothing mentioned. Then you go to season 2 later on, where you see ooze coming up into the city. Bulk and Skull find out who the Power Rangers are, but because they get hit with ooze, they keep forgetting all the time. Like it's like, oh my God, you guys, what? You guys aren't there. So they keep finding like news reports, everything. You hear all these little things going on. Like there's this ooze, so you really kind of plant the seed. Right. I'm really nervous. Okay. So season 3 is after they get back from Eastnoy, they find that there's evil ooze everywhere. And they make it back to the command center. They find out that Ivan Ooze has just popped up. He's attacking the city. God damn it, guys. Seriously.
No, this is good, man.
I'm like, yo, you are doing great right now. You have sprinkled seeds and set up expositional points. This is why you're the main event. Keep going, man.
Thanks. Okay. So as they get back, they find out that Ooze is coming. And Dulcia, she literally just comes to Earth. And she says, like, right, I'm here to fight Ivan. We've sensed him for a long time. Now we know exactly where he is. So they come back and then they start kind of fighting. That was me turning.
Page turn 1.
It's a page turner, baby.
The Rangers find Ninja, and they go through the Ninja Challenge. They go through the challenges. They're fighting the bone monsters. On the moon, Ivan attacks Rita and Zed and the pig monster because he's there. I don't know why. But maybe Finster's made him. That's the reason why. Rito turns up. He brings the Tangas. Ivan traps Rita and Zed. Ivan still makes the ooze and controls the parents to make the bug monsters. There's bug zords. So basically, I can't remember what I wrote there. The Rangers go through the challenges. They get their powers. They return to Angel Grove. They bring back Zordon. Zordon gives them the metallic armor, which is basically the powered up armor of the ninja suits. The Rangers go back to Angel Grove. They get ambushed by the Oozemen. That's where they use the metallic armor for the first time. They beat them with ease. They call the Zords. They defeat the monsters. Ivan comes in. Rangers get beaten like quite a bit, but then by the power of friendship, they beat Ivan Ooze right at the end. Rita and Zed come back. They take Goldar's wings and demote him. Rita and Zed know that Ooze is still there, but they combine its evil into the monsters, make them stronger. Master Vile still appears, but the story arc continues. They bring back Ivan Ooze to some degree as Globber, so he can then take down the Rangers and drain it for Ninja, because Master Vile's been Ivan's been destroyed. They destroy him completely. Zordon says that the metallic armor can be brought back at any time they can do, and then Adam gets with Darcia because he needs a happy ending, and that's how I make it canon.
Yeah, that's why Daniel tried to steal. One of you guys tried to steal Tanya from Adam there.
Hey man, I was trying to switch some things up, and yet these two characters are people that still like each other now. So it's
Come on, Adam's supposed to get all the ladies. I mean, he almost got Scorpiona, and Tanya.
Look. All right.
So there you have
Adam
it.
is what everybody wants.
We
to
have 4 different pitches of what would have happened in the course of the 1995 movie if it was canon. Chat, what do you guys think? What would you have done with this? And also, let's rank them. Let's see, like, Jezra had short and sweet. Daniel really had a comic book pitch. It felt like, we had, me and Mark had
You guys had, like,
different-
yours is, like, really in-depth, like, went deeper. It kind of, like, went into, like, more of the psyche of the Power Rangers, and then
this man literally just went ahead and made 2-3 different seasons.
yeah, he said
I loved it.
he set up Ivan Ooze all the way through, and then the whole using Ivan Ooze's ooze to make their monsters like more
Stronger.
powerful.
That is
smart.
genius.
That's
And then
smart.
after that, he comes back as the clobber for the last time. Oh my god! I'm sorry.
I think it's all.
I
It's
think
all
yours
crazy.
is much better than Joe's.
Oh shit! Daniel's
Much better
Daniel's
than
just
Joe's.
mad.
I am. Damn it! That's what
Daniel
He's
just wants to
mad.
kill
He's mad
Rangers.
because I made mine up on the fly and it was still better than we came on. No,
Truth of the matter is, I made mine up right there at the moment. I did not think about this at all. But I was like, death. I always love death. So,
I know, and, with all these stories, like there's so much potential for new toys and comic books, and it could just
like
go on
Mariba
forever.
gave you a 4, Jezzer. Koala gave Mark a 5. We also have Mariba give Mark a 4.5, I believe.
Mikey says
Nice.
Joe's was his favorite. Joe is
nice.
Mikey's favorite.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a shock.
Mikey likes Joe. Mikey still hold.
Good job, Mikey. Now, you know what we should do? We should rank it, mainly for one reason. Because if we want to do a fun... Next week's episode for the Range Wrap-Up, just to let you guys know, is really going to be focused on the Lightning Collection.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can do like a one-off scenario for the Lightning Collection.
Yeah. Oh, we do have a lightning video too.
That's why it's next week. So
No, I'm talking about Josh Perry.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that'll tie right into it. But look, I loved your pitch, Mark. You obviously took a really methodical approach.
He
to
had
this.
pages.
Hey man, that's always the great part about it.
Are you guys a little surprised though that we haven't seen Ivan Ooze pop up in the Boom Studios comics at all though?
Was
Wow.
Or
It's
have
because
we not?
he's owned by Disney.
oh is he?
Oh, is he? Wow.
Because Disney bought
It's a
all.
Fox property.
They bought
That's
all of
totally true, yeah.
all the Fox properties.
Oh, hey, maybe Ivan.
That's so fascinating.
Ivan Ooze could have been in that freaking Simpsons episode where Homer was talking to all the Disney properties.
Oh, that would have been so dope because they're like, hey, guess what?
He's like, who are you? Who's this
He's
purple
ours.
guy?
You know, I do think there has to be. You know, Power Rangers is really fascinating to me for a handful of reasons. But one is because, much like Marvel, a lot of their characters aren't owned by the same house.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Marvel obviously overall Marvel owns all these characters, but like studio wise, like Spider-Man's by Sony.
Why is the
Hulk is
Power Rangers
Universal.
why is the Power Rangers movie on HBO?
Well, you know, I don't know. That's a really fascinating
I thought
question.
he had an answer.
No. I
So-
honestly
and
don't know.
same with the Ninja Turtle movies. They're on HBO. Why are they like what's going on?
My only guess is that there had to be a contractual agreement due to like Fox making these deals like ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then once those, and I noticed too, HBO Max is one of the only streaming services that'll have movies only go up for like 3 months and then take them down.
Yeah.
And then put them up like 3 months later and then take them down. Like I'll give you a really good example. I don't know if it's currently like this, but the last time I was looking for Aquaman, it's not on there. Mind you, Aquaman is not only a Warner Brothers property, but HBO Max has a deal with Warner Brothers, owned by the same company, but it wasn't on there. So, like, a lot of these DC movies, or HBO Max just in general, they only put their movies on for a specific amount of time, and
And then they
take
do
them off.
remove them. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so
because it says expires on.
Yeah, exactly right. So,
Well, Hulu does that.
now
too.
you're starting to cough. What's going
I know.
on
I
here?
caught it from him.
Sorry. You know how it got to you. It got to you because you laughed at me laughing at him. That's how it got to you.
So
See? It
I
was
think
like, fuck
I think
you.
this was actually a lot of fun to do. I really like doing these kind of
I'm
like
trying to
mental
think of the.
challenges.
I'm trying to keep like.
Well, how about this? The winner, whoever wins according to the fans, should be able to pick the next one.
The next, our next one is.
So you know what, you guys, it's in the chat, but leave a comment at the end of this video, and then we'll tally it up, and then they get to choose the next what if.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say? I just got it shipped to me. The 2-pack, the TJ and Silver Psycho Ranger. I just got it yesterday.
Oh, wow.
The
Wow.
TJ Silver Psycho Ranger. Did you get any of those figures?
No.
The 2-packs, the battle packs.
No, I didn't because like
And it's,
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
I didn't want Aisha another Yellow Ranger.
Oh
'cause
man, I want that. I want the
yeah,
Aisha.
I want Scorpion. I just don't want
Oh man, we should have went on.
I traded. Yeah. What would? Because I have a silver cycle already, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I made one.
You made one. You know what? In the interview that I did, we do talk about the Galaxy Glider and fans making them. So
really?
You didn't tell them I was making them.
I actually I didn't tell them Jezer Reyes was. I told them Jezer Zeus was. So I don't know if they're.
They may not know.
Son of a bitch!
They may not know.
Speaking of Lightning Collection, though, our very own Josh Perry, a Lightning Collection extraordinaire, it has a little message for us.
Hello, Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans. I'm Josh Perry from the Illuminerdi, and today I'm here to give you a little quickie Lightning Storm. So this past week was pretty light for the Lightning Collection. There was not a lot that happened this past week, which is to be expected. You know, we've been a couple weeks since Hasbro PulseCon. I'm not expecting there to be a lot of stuff these days, but we do have a couple of little interesting things to talk about. First of all, the TMNT packs might actually finally be getting released here relatively soon, or at least in Canada, as the first pack of the 3-2 packs, specifically the Leonardo and Donatello one, has appeared on a Canadian bill of lading to arrive in Canadian ports. So we could actually be seeing that pop up at like Canadian GameStops relatively soon-ish, hopefully. And if that one's on the way, then hopefully the other two in the shredder are not going to be too far behind them. And of course, hopefully they come out in the US soon afterward as well. Speaking of the US, it looks like you might have another chance to get your hands on the Target exclusive Andros figure. If you missed that back in October when he was going in and out of Target's website, it does appear that he is finally starting to show up in actual Target stores. You can go to the Target website, link to Andros, to actually check to see if your store has them or not. But I've been seeing numerous different reports. At first I thought maybe it was just people returning the figure, because that does happen sometimes, especially when you see like 1 or 2 on the shelf. But there have been reports of people finding like an entire case of 8 of them. So it does seem like it's actually starting to show up in stores, which is great for all those who missed him online. Speaking of online, Hasbro Pulse has finally stocked a new Lightning Collection figure, specifically A-Squad Yellow. So we've seen A-Squad Yellow released already online at Big Bad Toy Store and Dorkside Toys, but now it's finally available for purchase on Hasbro Pulse. They started charging people's pre-orders, and you can actually just add it to a cart and ship it right now. So that's great to see. It does look like that will probably be the most abundant of the other 4 A-Squad members, if I had to guess, because Red has not popped up anywhere since Dorkside Toys had it back in September. And also, we haven't really seen green or pink show up in the US unless you imported them over from other countries or something like that. Speaking of other countries, we did get to see last weekend that the metallic armors started to release in Singapore, and thanks to a user on Ranger Board, we finally got to see a whole team shot of the metallic armors when you pair it with the pink Ranger one we got at the end of 2020. This is the shot that I was looking for a long time. I'm glad somebody finally was able to post it, and hopefully we get a metallic white down the line to actually be able to complete that team. And then finally, GameStop is being a little strange with the dates here. They were charging people for the Cat 2 pack. It doesn't seem like they've actually shipped that out yet, although there is one Facebook user who claims to have picked it up in a GameStop in California, so it's possible that it could be here in the US here very soon. It's been out for over a month in other countries, so hopefully it does pop up here so we can complete our Zeo team. And also, for whatever reason, they put most of Wave 11 as a November 19th release on the GameStop website, which is more than likely a typo. There's no way that was actually going to come true, but that was a weird thing that happened. And that's pretty much everything that happened in the Lightning Collection this week. So of course, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. You can check out more in-depth discussions on all of these stories on the full episode of Lightning Storm, available right now on the Toku Topics YouTube channel, and be sure to check out my articles over at the Illuminerdi. Until next time, I'll see you on Lightning Storm, series for Lightning, always strikes twice.
Josh Perry breaking it down with the Power Rangers Lightning Collection action figures. Man, I love me some Lightning Collection stuff.
Oh, I'm going for it.
It just, the stuff looks so good. I mean, we were just talking off air about some of the stuff we've ordered. Can't wait for those Ninja Turtles.
I think a lot of people can't wait for it.
Absolutely gorgeous. Jezer, what's the chat saying?
The chat is saying, Heirloom, hello, Mark. Were you referring to Disney-owned 20th Century Studios? Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. Marissa Wall says, yep. I understand that, but fans have been asking for Lightning Collection figures, role-playing items from the movie. I thought, no, maybe that was Bandai where we got the movie ones. I feel like that's next, though. I feel like the movie ones are next.
It's so funny. Go, do it. We're in the middle of a show. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we are recording. We're live right now. And I will kick your face off of your face.
I so wish you went. They can hear you in England when you're talking like this.
They can hear in England. They can hear us in England.
Hey guys,
let's talk about this real quick because who do you think won that little what if thing? Because we do need to figure out what we're gonna.
I think it's honestly, Daniel. I think it's between these two.
it is between these two automatically, and I'm trying to figure out like just for the breakdown and for the format of how they both gave it to us. Yours was a hybrid of film, show, and comic. His was like, all right, I'm gonna rewrite and plant
History,
some stuff.
yeah.
So it was like I'm making it so
It's
it
like
all works
it's like
together.
two directors having two different versions.
I know it's like a studio pitch right
Yeah,
now. We just
yeah.
pitched. That's essentially what these are, like studio pitches. Like, all right, which one are the? I almost feel like we should pitch these to like people that used to work at Hasbro. It's like which one?
Which one are you going
Which
for?
one do you want?
I would love that.
Which one do you think was better?
Yeah, you know. And then they
Well, I know where Saban Studio is. Let's go. Let's go drive
right?
over there right now. Yeah.
Man,
That was a
would be
fun
good.
one. It's fun exercising our Power Ranger brain.
So once again, it is official. These are the two finalists. So let's figure out exactly what we have going
you guys
on
leave it
here.
in the comments.
Oh, we're all tied
Joe
too.
and
We're
Mark.
tied. One Joe, one Mark,
Tied.
right there.
Yeah, it just keeps going. Like it's like
Yeah, hey man.
Wait, there is a polls feature on here that Josh was using the other week. You remember that? We had polls
poll.
up?
We can put a poll.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
though,
I don't know that. Okay.
I can yell at Josh.
No, it's all good. So
Okay, all right.
that you know what, we'll figure it out next week. Who won the battle of the what if? Mark, if you do win, what's your subject? Because this may sway people's votes.
Yeah.
Oh, that put me on the spot. Can it be anything, or is it literally we're talking about?
Anything. What if?
What if Super Mega Force was good?
I knew.
Mark, that was mine.
Listen,
It was
I
literally that.
knew it was gonna be Super Mega Force because Mark is a huge Super Mega Force person. You know, if we do this, would it be weird to get someone from Super Mega Force on the show?
It would not be weird.
I already
It would be
texted
perfect.
Azim yesterday.
Oh.
You know, I know there's someone that I think Mark would want us to reach out.
I think
right.
so.
Yeah.
I'll hit her up.
Okay, well, there you go. I guess we'll see how that works out.
But I mean, that is such a hard pitch. Like, hey, how would you make your show better? Like it's
You know what? No joke. I was gonna say the same thing. What would our what if should be? What would we have done with Super Mega Force?
There you go.
Yeah.
That makes it better. So this way we're not just pitching it to her.
But
like,
I would love
better.
to. I would love to hear their pitches too. I mean, like
that would be
you
interesting.
know, that'd be interesting to see if we.
I'm gonna do it. All right, next week. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a full-on pitch, and I'm gonna give you assets for every single one of my key moments.
Well, we'll turn it into a video.
Sounds like somebody's getting the challenge.
Oh.
No, it's all good. I mean, it doesn't really matter who wins at this point because we're going with the
You know
same
what? It doesn't matter
what
who
if
wins because we
scenario.
all win.
We all win.
We
Hey.
all win in
You know
this
what? I will say
situation.
this. This is the one thing I do love about this. And also, if you guys have a pitch too and you guys want to put them on video, send them to us.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when YouTube used to do video responses?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know
Oh my
what?
God,
No,
Since-
in all honesty,
took it
so
away.
what we're going to do, if you guys want to get in on the action, we're going to pitch Super Mega Force next week. And we're going to call these, I don't know, we can't call them pitch meetings because there's another company I'm working at that uses that. We can call these...
The drawing room. Drawing board.
Stories from
drawing
the
board.
stories from the grid. I don't know.
Stories from the grid or
Okay.
concepts from the
Alternate
grid.
grid line.
No, stories from the grid.
Concepts from the grid or something. We'll do something like
Yeah.
that. But if you guys want to get on the action, if you guys are watching at home and want to put yourselves on camera, please do so. Record yourselves. Give us your pitch. We're going to choose the best one next week. And we're going to air it right here on the Illuminerdi. So give us your pitches for what you would have thought to be, you know, your version of Super Mega Force. We'll all do it as well. But these are a lot of fun.
I love it.
And I think we can already start to get the ball rolling on this. But before we go, I did talk to a few people from Hasbro, just a couple days ago, and you know we talked about Lightning Collection. So Jezzer, could we cut to that a little bit?
A little bit of it.
All right, guys, I am here with John Warden, product designer for Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and John Firestone, global brand marketing for Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Guys, there were so many announcements you guys made at Hasbro PulseCon, and I was stoked about all of them. But let's start at the top. At Hasbro PulseCon, you gave the reveal for the Dino Fury Red Ranger to be included in the next wave of Lightning collections. He looks absolutely amazing, especially his Zato civilian head, which is the likeness of Russell Curry. I was wondering at any point in the development process, was including his antennas that we occasionally see ever considered for the figure?
Well, it's interesting. We get this question a lot, actually. It's people really love those antennas. And when we were first getting reference from the New Zealand team, we didn't actually know he was going to have antennas until like and it's kind of the organic nature of working. Yeah. So it was interesting to us too, because we were like, wow, I guess this gives us another reason to do Zato here.
That's what's really cool about working about like a live entertainment content piece like this. When you work so close together, you're so early in production that things evolve organically as the story gets developed, as characters get flushed out, and they add antennas later in the process, and it doesn't show up on our product because it was designed off of an earlier iteration.
It was really cool to see Russell's reaction about this thing too, though, because it's one thing to design a legacy ranger, but like when Loretta was working on this character, I mean, we were able to get really great head turnarounds from the entire cast there, and like it's happening in real time. And I mean, and he's still a teen with attitude, and it's very exciting to be able to see that genuine reaction out of him when he saw his figure.
Yeah. Next week, we'll have that full interview. I mean, we dive into, obviously, the Lightning Collection. We dive into future products that could be coming out for the Lightning Collection. We talk about that Lord Zed helmet. We talk about the Zap, the Zord Ascension program. We also talk about what could be coming next for the Zord Ascension program. And we also give a little insight into
NFTs. No.
We don't talk about NFTs. Actually, it was specifically asked that. But we do talk about possible dioramas. So there's a lot of new information that we have on the Lightning Collection exclusively to the Illuminerdi, and we will be showing that next week. So next week's episode is really going to be focused around the Lightning Collection and us talking about Super Mega Force. But I think that's going to do it for this week. This was one of the most fun shows we've done in a long time.
Man, really good.
And I really like it. Like every single week, this show is going to get better and better. We're going to start including more and more Power Ranger influencers, and we're also going to have a full-on. I mean, this show, the Ranger Wrap-Up, we're looking at this to be the home, the official Saturday morning spot for Power Rangers. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Real quiek, in 2 weeks' time, there's going to be a panel, right?
Oh man, it's 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, buddy.
I am not ready for this. I have two panels to do.
Good.
Yes, in 2 weeks there are going to be two panels that I'm moderating. One is that I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to watch. It's going to be the Power Rangers Beast Morphers live watch along with the full Power Rangers Beast Morphers cast. So that is going to be at LA Comic-Con on Saturday at 6 p.m. So join us on Saturday at 6 p.m. at LA Comic-Con. I believe it's 6 p.m. I could be wrong on the timing.
I think that's right.
But we are going to be doing, on the live stage, a Power Ranger watch-along for the finale, by the way, of Power Rangers Beast Morphers with the whole cast there, and possibly some other surprise guests. Who knows?
Like Pauly Shore.
Some other surprise guests. But yes, please join us live if you're in the LA area. Join us at LA Comic-Con and show your support for the Illuminerdi. But guys, thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Erlen, where can everybody find you on social media?
You can find me everywhere, bar Twitter as Airliam or on Twitter as @MainstreamLive.
Daniel.
You can find me on Instagram at Battlestar Galactica. That's written out for you. Or you can find me on Twitter at BS Galactica.
Jezer Zeus.
You can find me everywhere at Jezer Zeus.
You can find me everywhere at Joe Illuminerdi, and you can find me right here at the Illuminerdi every single week. Check out our website. If you want to dive deeper into that Gold Ranger film, Mariba Ford has a great article for you, I believe. Or somebody wrote that article. I'm pretty sure it was Mariba. We also have new Power Ranger content coming every single day on our website and on our Facebook page. Check us out. Power Rangers Cosmic Protector News. That's where you're going to be able to find the new Henshin Hangout on Wednesdays and retro Henshin Hangout Rich Ranger stars Heirloom and Bryn Henshin Assets. So check that out. We are doing a lot of things new for you guys coming up in 2022. And don't think I forgot about the Power Ranger Summit that's coming up. Believe me, we're going to get more details onto that next week. But guys, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday. You know what? Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button every day with everything trending
in geek pop culture.